Good morning, my classy people. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King. Of course you are. And of course, it's a big weekend coming up. Sports-wise, all around the globe here in the U.S., of course, around the nation. Of course, the baseball's heating up, and I think next week the playoff starts, and of course with the NFL, and nothing bigger than racing for us, right? Big weekend up at Aqueduct, Belmont at Aqueduct. Santa Anita's got a bunch of great races out there, stake races, and Churchill's got a few. So again, a lot of action coming up this weekend as we're about 5 weeks maybe out from the Breeders' Cup. Well, we're here to take a look at a race at Belmont at Aqueduct. Very good race. It's race number 9 on the card. The Vosburgh Stakes, a grade 3-year-olds and up. Going 7 furlongs for $200,000. Very nice race for sure. I have an opinion in this race, and this is a Breeders' Cup win and you win race, by the way, this race. I believe probably for the sprint. But again, the Vosberg has a field of 9, and I'm kind of torn, and I don't want to be a homer here, right? For homer's sake, Godolphin. Nash is in this race, and the number 2 horse, and I thought he got pinched or shuffled last time. Just didn't have a great break at all on the number 2 horse, Nash. Rosario was up. Pratt is up now for Brad Cox. And I really want to take him. He is in my fantasy club, and I think he's going to run really big. But being fair and not being a homer, I truly believe that the number 8 horse, who's going to be my top pick here, Patriot Spirit, is the best horse in this race. And I looked through all the races at Aqueduct this weekend, and I think this is the best bet on the card in the winnow. I really do. I mean, I'm trying to make the case for Nash, and again, not being a homer. But to me, the number 8 horse, Patriot Spirit, just has everything that you want to see if you're wagering your money for sure. Maybe the one negative that Patriot Spirit has is the trainer, Michael Campbell, is only clicking at about 9%. And but the horse does the running, not the trainer. And you do have Javier Castellano, the professional, the rider of Goat Zappa, of course, in the arms. This one's by Constitution, on the back end by Game Plan. Breeding is just beautiful on this horse. 14 starts, 5 wins, 2 seconds, and 1/3. Has never won a grade 3 race or any graded race, but has won a couple overnight stakes races for sure, and ran second in a few of them. None bigger than the one on July 26 at Colonial, right? Won the race by 4 lengths, ran a beautiful speed figure. But the thing that really gets me is that this horse has beautiful pace numbers. That means he has enough gate speed to stay in contact with the early leaders, and he also comes home very nice, okay? He doesn't fade at the end like speed horses do, or come from a deep closer. I like to call those horses with even splits, or just about even splits, that they run pretty much the same, like a cruising altitude around the racetrack. And to me, Patriot Spirit is that horse, and I'm willing to label him with Nash in the race. I'm willing to label the number 8 horse as my best bet of the weekend for sure. I think this horse is sitting in a beautiful spot to get his first not black type, but graded race under his belt, and get into the Breeders' Cup Classic, okay? Because this is a Breeders' Cup win and you're in type situation. So for me, I love the fact that the horse has been away for 63 days off of that Colonial win on July 26. Has ran 7 furlongs and has won at this distance the last race. This horse is fresh, fit, and fast. Has some beautiful workouts down there. I see a 110 last time in 6 furlong on September 13th, 47 on August 23rd, and on July 19th, a smooth breeze at 48. So his last 2 workouts says this horse is very sharp. That 4 furlongs at 47 and 1, the best third of 49 that worked that day, and the next one on September 13th, 6 furlongs in 1:10.1. That is awfully fast, and I don't look at morning workouts in terms of how fast they are. I just look at it for regular scheduling of training and workouts, but you just can't help to see how fast these last two works are. So for me, the number 8 horse in the Vosburgh will get into the Breeders' Cup Classic. Not the Classic, in the Breeders' Cup races. I believe it's the sprint race winning you in here. Patriot Spirit to me is clearly the horse in here to beat. If you're being fair, like I'm going to try to do here by picking him and not be a homer for number 2 horse Nash. Patriot Spirit, my best bet of the entire card at Aqueduct. This is the win bet to me. And hopefully you give 5-2, 3-1, or 7-2 somewhere in there for sure. Number 8, our best bet of the entire weekend. Now our second pick, well, of course, is going to be the Godolphin runner Nash, right? Trained by Brad Cox. We got a new boy up in Flavian Pratt. This one's won 4 races out of 13 starts, 5 seconds and 2/3 for almost $600,000. This 4-year-old is by Medaglia Dora, on the back end by Malibu Moon, bred and owned, a homebred of Godolphins, of course, always bred beautifully. And this one has some speed as well, should be forwardly placed, sitting maybe, I don't know, 3rd or 4th, somewhere in there, 4th or 5th, but should be close in the 9-horse field. Shouldn't be at the back of the pack by no means. Last race that he ran in the Alfred Vanderbilt Stakes, which was a grade 2 race, ran 6 by 15, but was bumped and pinched at the start in a 6-horse field. I think that's what prompted the rider change. Brad Cox went to Flavian Pratt. I don't have a problem with that, even though my boy Rosario was on the horse. But I do think this horse is a win contender. Hasn't run a top race, which was an allowance race on June 13th, coming in on an off race. I do think you're going to get his best shot today for sure, and it would not shock me if this horse wins. And of course, the number 2 horse Nash will be on all of my pick 3s and pick 4s. Matter of fact, in this race, the only 2 horses that I'm going to use in here is the number 8 Patriot Spirit and the Nash as my pick 3s, pick 4s, and pick 5s, right? The only 2 horses I think is going to win, could win this race, that I would be willing to bet to win the race, and none bigger than the number 8 first horse, Patriot Spirit. So the number 2 horse, a top win contender in my eyes in this spot, and will be on all of my pick 3s and horizontal wagers. Now, as I round out, if you're playing vertically, you want to get some value in there underneath, and I'm going to, as our 3rd pick, go to my boy Billy Mott's horse, Scotland. Should be coming home fairly decently. Got Alvarado in the arms, 5 wins from 15 starts, which is a 1/3 of his races, 4 seconds and 2/3 for $670,000. Bred beautifully by Good Magic in Spingletown on the back end. Nothing else needs to be said about Scotland. He's trained by the Hall of Famer and the legendary, my boy, Billy Mott. Let's use him underneath. Think he should be a square price, 10-1, 12-1. Should offer some value underneath horizontally. And our 4th pick is the same deal with the number 1 horse, Scotland. We just think this is some value underneath. Doc Sullivan, again, another horse with beautiful even pace numbers. Speed figures are suspect. Rosario is on this horse. Now, I'm not sure if he took this horse over the number 8, over the number 2 horse Nash, but this is where Rosario ended up. I believe at worst case, the number 4 Doc Sullivan should be used underneath. Mr. Ortiz is doing the training here. John Ortiz, who's clicking at about 11%. Let's use the number 4 horse underneath if you're playing vertically. So underneath horses in the 3rd and 4th spot is the 1 and the 4. And if you need another one underneath, if you're playing like that, I believe the number 9, Crazy Mason, deserves a little underneath action. He should be a huge price too, which should help the trifactors and superfactors. So underneath, let's use the 1, 4, and 9 in that respect. So there it is in the Vosburgh. Win and you're in. The SpeedKing only likes 2 horses. I do think Patriot Spirit looks like a good thing in here and should get this done. This horse should win this race, the number 8 horse, in my humble opinion. So my top pick is the number 8 horse. My second pick, who we believe is a win contender, Nash, is trained by, obviously, Brad Cox and is owned and bred by my folks, the silky blue Gaddafi. Only 2 I'm going to be using in the win hole, but more I'm going to be using Patriot Spirit the most. I may even put a win ticket on Patriot Spirit if he's 5-2 or more, for sure. So for us, 8, 2, 1, 4, just like that. Go ahead and box it up. Me, not doing that. I'm just going to use the 8 and 2, the 2 and the 8 on top, and mostly the 8 on top. I think he's a good thing, for sure. Patriot Spirit. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the SpeedKing. There you go in the Vosburgh Breeders' Cup race. Win, and you'll be in. Pretty sure it's for the sprint. At worst case, maybe the mile.